All right, man, let's talk about the development on the timing of our quarterback. You see A.J. Brown, the number one wide receiver, motions out to the right. We clearly notice and recognizes that that's man. Look at the cushion that Jeff Okudah is giving him. We talked about using Jeff Okudah if he was matched up on A.J. Brown. And the way A.J. Brown stabs at the top of this route and bounces to the outside, just too much cushion. That's a number one wide receiver. That's what happens. You know what I mean? But we got some stuff we need to clean up. He out here dragging people, man. I'm not mad at the way he got the ball, but Jalen Hurts was running for his life yesterday. And the misconception that, he ran too much. I mean, we would have lost the game if he wasn't a mobile quarterback, man. That's the nature of the beast. Because as good as our offensive line is, they didn't really have an answer for Aiden Hutchinson early in this game. I mean, pressure was getting pushed into the lap. And shout out to Baldy for the breakdowns. But, Jalen Hurts did a really, really good job of knowing when to run and knowing how to escape certain pressure. I mean, you just can't fake those things. And on this play right here, just miscommunication first game of the season. Everybody's run blocking, but Jalen got the ball still. Free rushers, Devontae Smith not even looking. These are just some of the examples. Let's get into the keys to victory.
Step back and watch the step cook.
You want 17 birds? Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. Hit my line if you want 17 birds. Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. I know a guy if you want 17 birds. Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. I know a guy if you want 17 birds. Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. Yeah, I'm from the 17th.
Yes, so the Philadelphia Eagles, they make a move, man. They try to, get ahead of this situation with the defensive end that we lost and Derek Barnett. Derek Barnett, it was only one game, but he was playing with a lot of energy that game. So, you got to kind of fill that void. Derek Barnett was looking to prove something, so they replaced him with another end that's looking to prove something. Janoris Robinson off of the Vikings practice squad. You know what I'm saying? Right in time for the Vikings game. This could be a strategic move by Howie Roseman, but they get him off of the Vikings practice squad. And he was a rookie last year, but he didn't play all last season. I think he missed it. I think he had a knee issue or something like that. But he's from FSU. Very, very physical edge rusher. He has great timing. He has great patience. He's strong. He's really, really good in run support. I really, really like that about him, as a run stopping edge. And I feel like we needed to get another edge rusher regardless of the situation anyway. So we went and found the guy, and, let's see how this pans out, man. Let's get to the keys to victory.
Yes, sir.
Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I'm the best reporting on the Eagles. Listen, before we get into the meat and potatoes, the Hurt Season buckets are back in full swing. They back in effect. The Hurt Season snapbacks, they back in effect as well. All the Lil Brunson merch, man. Somebody from Cali bought all the merch. Like, it was crazy. One order, man. Shout out to my guy. I gave him a shout out on the last live, man. He definitely racking up for the winner. But yes, we back, man. And check your mail, man. You might got a Hurt Season hat. Also, man, I'm giving away some Hurt Season hats. And I'm giving away some merch to my guy, D'Angelo Xavier album. I believe this merch comes with the album. You know what I'm saying? All you got to do is follow me on the free app. I'm going to put the link to the description to the Eagles chat. Follow me on the Eagles chat. And we're going to be talking sports, game time, post game, all of that. You know what I'm saying? All of that. Follow me on the Eagles chat. I'm going to pin it actually in the comments. Follow me there. That automatically enters you, man. So I'm giving away a total of 6 things. 3 Hurt Season hats and 3 articles of merchandise from my guy's shop. I think his merchandise shop actually went live. Listen, we're going to get into all that. But listen, man, let's talk about it, man. This is the keys to victory. I didn't really want to call this the keys to victory. This is more like what should we do to win this game type of situation. Because I feel like keys to victory are for teams who ain't as talented as us. And we're one of the most talented rosters in the National Football League right now. Like, you should beat the Vikings. Bottom line. I think they caught a young and learning Green Bay Packers team slipping. The Green Bay really not usually in this situation. You know what I mean? They normally do bad week ones, though. But they're really not in this situation to where they do bad and it's because of rust as opposed as you questioning their wide receivers and their weapons. His best wide receiver might be Randall Cobb right now. That's not a good look at this point in Aaron Rodgers or Randall Cobb's career.
Yeah, I apologize, y'all, man. My phone died, man. So, not my phone. I'm sorry. My microphone just went out, man. You know how that happened, man. So I'm like, listen, man. The weather's still nice somewhat, so we're going to finish the rest of this one outside. Remember, I used to record outside sometime. I wasn't so cooped up in the studio. We're going to record this one outside, man. So, so I absolutely believe that, we're a more talented football team than the Minnesota Vikings. I feel like the Minnesota Vikings caught Green Bay slipping. You know what I mean? Green Bay got a lot of things to figure out. I feel like we the more talented team, so I'm not going to call this, keys to victory. I'm going to call this, improvements that should be made for week 2 against the Minnesota Vikings. And I got some defensive notes and I got some offensive notes. But let's talk about the defensive side of the ball real quick. And before we talk about Jordan Davis, I want to acknowledge, the snaps or lack thereof. That seem to got Twitter up in arms right now. I understand. I understand why you draft Jordan Davis. First of all, let's start there. Why do we draft Jordan Davis? We drafted Jordan Davis so he can sit behind Fletcher Cox and Javon Hargrave and learn a little bit. We know he could be a physical specimen. We know he's a physically gifted guy. We know that you got to have them type of guys on the field. But Jordan Davis has not done enough to earn more snaps than Fletcher Cox and Javon Hargrave. That's just the bottom line. If Jordan Davis, if he deserves it, then it just doesn't make sense. If Jordan Davis deserves the snaps based upon preseason, then Jalen Hurts should be talked about as he's in the same class as goddamn Peyton Manning because of preseason day. And he hasn't done anything yet. Playing time got to be earned. So I understand why, the outrage after you found out that he's good. Now, with that being said, I feel like the playing time was earned. He should absolutely be getting the amount of snaps as a starter now based upon what you saw. Because what I can't understand for the life of me, y'all, is that how in the hell nobody on the sideline is smart enough to figure out that, hey, Jordan Davis, when he's on the field, we holding the opposing rushing attack to 2.9 yards a carry. When he's off the field, that goes up to 10 yards a carry. What is all these tablets out here for? What are y'all doing with all these tablets and all this smart equipment and all this advanced data and advanced metrics if you can't get that right? That you don't need to be Jimmy Neutron to understand that. Put him on the field. Stop the run. Stop the bleeding. We just let them dudes do what they want on the ground, and I ain't really appreciate that, man. I want to see more 5-man front too. I definitely want to see more 5-man front. I feel like when we went on those 4 straight 3-and-outs, one resulting in a pick six, first pick six of Bradbury's career, I didn't know that, man. I didn't know it was the first pick six of his career. But, when we was going through all of that, you know what I mean? And, you know, the 5-man front was a major factor for that. So I want to see a little more of that. Maddox, I love the corner blitz from Maddox, man. Maddox was shooting through there, man. It's like Maddox was unleashed that game, man. People were not talking about how good of a game Avonte Maddox had. He played a really, really good game. Continued pressure, man. Like I said, man, we only went to the 5-man front when we felt like we absolutely had to, shut Detroit up, stop the run, get pressure on Kirk Cousins. That should be the mentality through and throughout. That should be the mentality. If you know that their strong suit is running, why are you easing off on stopping the run and taking Jordan Davis out? I just don't get that, man. I don't get that, man. Game plan for the blitz, man. Let's get to the offense, man. I feel like the offense should be absolutely game planning for the blitz this week. I mean, we did great beating the blitz. You only won the game because Jalen Hurts was elusive against the blitz. You know what I mean? Jalen Hurts did a phenomenal job of beating Aiden Hutchinson a couple times in the hole one-on-one. That's not easy to do, man. I think Aiden Hutchinson going to be one of them ones, man. You know what I mean? But beating the blitz, man. Have a game plan. Have a couple pages in the playbook for when teams do that. Because Detroit thought that was the formula. I don't know if Minnesota going to try the same thing and enhance it and try to do what Detroit did, but try to exceed what they, you know what I'm saying? We got to have a game plan for that. If these dudes bring that type of pressure, where's the swing pass to the running backs? Where's the running back screen? You know what I'm saying? Where's the 3-step drop? Where are those type of plays? You know what I mean? To negate that type of pressure, you could have just got under center and power ran the ball. You could have ran power run with Miles Sanders or Kenneth Gainwell, man, to make them think twice about bringing that pressure. Don't just have no game plan and have Jalen Hurts back there making something happen. That's not fair to Jalen Hurts, man. He had to beat free rushers all night. If he don't do that, we 0-1 and we looking crazy out here. Jesus Christ, man. Implement Devontae Smith, man. Implement Devontae Smith. Call a couple plays that they comfortable with. Call a couple routes that he comfortable with. Get him in the game plan early and often. Feed Devontae Smith. Feed him. Give AJ a couple plays off. Feed Devontae. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Give Jalen Hurts time. AJ Brown could have had 255 yards, y'all. 255 yards for real, man. If Jalen Hurts would have had a little time. All them free rushers running at Jalen Hurts, it don't make no sense. And you still got these brainiacs who saying, oh, he's a one-read quarterback. You know what another quarterback would have been if they go against, you know what, who played Detroit next? I think it's Washington, right? The Commanders. You know what Buddy about to be? Buddy about to get his boot smoked by them. If they apply that same pressure to Carson Wentz, they gonna kill Washington, bro. You got to be able to escape with that with your legs, or you got to have a game plan for it. So you definitely want to give him time. I'm rewarding Miles Sanders, man. That's my last key for the offense. Reward Miles Sanders. Reward Miles Sanders. You know what I mean? It goes a long way with the game plan. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is, man. You definitely want to reward Miles Sanders, man. He showed y'all that with less snaps, he could do more. You know what I'm saying? And he showed y'all that he deserved more snaps. I'm thinking about this, like Miles Sanders, I'm thinking about it like this. Miles Sanders had 13 snaps. Let's get him up to 19 this week. Feed him the pill. Feed him the pill, man. 13 carries, 90 yards. I mean, come on. Give him the ball. He was running tough. He was running physical. He had a key run that helped us solidify the game. So I'm going to reward Miles Sanders. Reward him. I'm sorry. Things I don't want to see. I don't want to see for the life of me ever again in my life, man. And I knew this was going to happen. Reddick playing the flats. Reddick in coverage. Why is that happening, dog? He had 20 sacks the last 2 years, man. Jonathan Gannon is wild, man. He wild. Sweating coverage as well. I don't want to see that, man. I don't want to see that ever again, man. I'm telling y'all, man. I'm not going to start it, man. Listen, if it happened week 2, yo, he got to go, bro. He got to go. Let me know what y'all think in the comments.